Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, legendary guitarist Jeff Skunk Baxter is making his very first appearance on Conversations Live today. For decades, you guys have known him for some great music, but this year in particular is very special because he's releasing his first ever solo album called Speed of Heat. It's coming out on June 17th. It is available for pre-order right now. It already features a single called Bad Move featuring Clint Black. It's available right now for you guys to be able to get through our friends at Amazon Music. We're going to talk to Jeff not only about the musical journey he's been on, but also what makes this solo project so special for him. Jeff, really appreciate the time today.
I'm honored. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Well, as I mentioned, Speed of Heat is coming out officially on June 17th. I've already purchased the single Bad Move featuring Clint Black on Amazon Music. What has it been like for you, Jeff, to see the early response to the new project?
Well, actually, the first single was My Old School. That's available if you want to download that. That was our first release. The Bad Move with Clint Black is our second one. And I don't know, I've never done a solo album. It's kind of the last thing on my bucket list, for music anyway. And I'm having a ball. We're out here touring with a great band, with my music partner, C.J. Vanston, and Mark Damian on drums, and Hank Horton singing and playing bass. It's kind of fun. I miss it. It's fun being out here playing. And the response to the record has been, I guess we can call it a record these days. It's hard to say what is it, a data compilation of coherent oscillations in a multi-mathematically algorithmic format, whatever. But the response has been amazing, and thank you very much for the compliment.
Yeah. Well, I definitely have enjoyed being able to preview the project on Amazon Music. And as I mentioned in my introduction, Jeff, people know you, for different groups you've been with, music you've been able to do. Have you always known that music was that gift that you had?
It's an interesting, it's hard to say. I never felt a problem. I never felt, other than, of course, if you want to accomplish something, you have to practice. But I never felt that there was any kind of a wall between myself and music. I started studying classical piano when I was 5, and picked up the guitar when I was 10. And from then on, it's just seemed like the right thing to do. I never really questioned it.
And you have been able to be a part of our history. You have been a part of projects that are now really woven into the fabric not only of this country but the world. What has that been like for you, Jeff, to think about when it comes to your place in music history?
Well, first of all, it's an honor and it's a privilege, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity, both to have grown up in this country. Although I did grow up in Mexico City when I was a kid, but to be able to be an American citizen and to be able to be a musician, there's not a lot of rock and roll coming out of Ethiopia at the moment. So that plus the satisfaction of being able to get to the point where I could be a first-call studio musician, which is actually more important to me than the whole, quote, rock stardom thing. I'm proud of all the work that I've done, bands and as a popular musician, but I think the studio work has always been my first love. But to be able to look back and say, yeah, I was able to accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish some of the things I didn't know I wanted to accomplish, that makes it even better.
Talk to us, Jeff, if you don't mind, about the title of the solo album, Speed of Heat. I know it is the last track on the project, but how did you decide that you wanted that to be the title of the album?
Well, my music partner, C.J. Vanson, is an aviation buff, and I, in my day job, have been working for many years on military hardware. Missiles, aircraft, et cetera, rockets, satellites. And the working title of the album was called Speed of Heat. The Speed of Heat is the dynamic phenomena that takes place when a body moves through the atmosphere and approaches Mach 1. As a matter of fact, if you look on the album cover, I had a buddy of mine that I used to work with at Northrop Grumman call me and said, "Skunk, I looked at the album cover. I saw the equations for oblique pressure waves." So he knew exactly what it was. And the president of the record company got a copy of the record. The working title was Speed of Heat. And he said, "I love this title. I love this. Let's call the album Speed of Heat." I said, "Fine. Do you know what it is?" He says, "No, but I don't care. I really love the title." So I said, "Sure, fine with me."
And now here we are, and now our audience can be able to pre-order Speed of Heat. As I mentioned, the official release date is June 17th. You can get it through Amazon Music or your favorite online retailer. Again, 2 of the singles are already available for you guys to be able to purchase and enjoy. Now you heard Jeff mention My Old School, and also I mentioned Bad Move featuring Clint Black. And also we want to remind you guys can also follow Jeff. You can follow him on his website at jeffskunkbaxter.com. Again, that's jeffskunkbaxter.com. We'll make sure that we link that up for you guys as well. Jeff, thank you so much again for the time. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you again.
Well, thank you very much for the kind words and spending the time with me.
Well, the pleasure is definitely all ours, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.